Hi, it's Rach, the Keto Vegan. In today's episode, I make a chili. There's a list of ingredients underneath, just click the link. As usual, my measurements are not precise. You definitely will get used to that. At the end, you'll see how many meals it makes for me, my tiny little pots. And also, I just talk a tiny little bit about intermittent fasting. I've got This Isn't Beef plant-based mince just there. That's one of the lowest carb counts of mince. I've got lots of tomato puree, some chili puree, some garlic puree, tinned tomatoes as well, a few of those, a mix of mushrooms, normal white cup closed mushrooms, and some baby mushrooms there. I'm going to use 1 onion, lots of chili, proper chili as well, and some seasonings. It's up to you what you want to put in. I'm putting in some cayenne pepper, hot chili powder, some smoked paprika. I'm also going to put in some liquid smoke. There'll be a link below where you can buy that. I love it, it's amazing. And also, I don't know if you've heard of Grapetree. They do big pots of various spices, and there's one in Chichester near where I live. This is Ras El Hanu. I don't know how to pronounce that, sorry about that. And also I'm going to put some green peppers in. Green peppers are the best carb count. Get your pan, put some oil in. I'm adding a bit of sesame oil as well because I love the flavour of sesame oil. Get that getting hot, nice and hot. I haven't got any garlic because I keep forgetting to buy garlic, but I have got garlic puree. Finely chop 2 red onions, add them to your pan, wait for them to heat up. Add your chilies as well, finely chopped red chilies. There's usual red chilies in there, as well as a Scotch bonnet that I had left in the fridge from last week. And once those are frying and sizzling, add some herbs and spices if you want. Start frying the onions and the chili. Once they are soft, add your mince. The problem is, when I'm cooking and there's loads of steam coming up, it's making the camera really steamy. So let's just chuck in the mince, see if that calms down the steam a little bit. So I'm using 2 packs of This Isn't Beef mince. So I've broken down the mince where I've needed to. I'm now going to add the herbs and spices. So a teaspoon of this stuff. Some cayenne pepper. Depends how hot you like it. Cayenne pepper is really hot. Hot chili powder, again, depends how hot you like it. I do like my food really hot and spicy. Love a bit of smoked paprika, a couple of teaspoons of that. And I'm going to add some liquid smoke. Squeeze it in. Love this stuff. It smells amazing. I'm going to add some liquid here. My favourite liquid of choice is wine. Normally it would be red wine in a chili, but I had none open. I'm going to add some mushrooms. And peppers. To get it even richer, I'm going to add tomato puree. Lots of tomato puree, maybe, I don't know how many tablespoons that would be. 4, probably. Doesn't really matter, you make it the way that you want to. I'm going to add a bit of chili puree because I'm a glutton for punishment. Just a little squeeze of that because that is really hot. And because I haven't got any real garlic, I'm going to add loads of garlic puree. I could put some garlic granules in there as well, but I don't think I'm going to today. Give that a good mix to blend it all the way through. So now you've got in there the mince, the spices, chili, onion, peppers, mushrooms, and then the purees, tomato, chili, and garlic. Mixing it really well in, and then you're adding chopped tinned tomatoes. I'm going to use 3 tins of that. Oh, and don't forget the wine, the most important bit. So I'm going to add tinned tomatoes now, 3 tins of that. Give that a good stir in. Now I've got it all mixed through. I'm just going to put the lid on. I'm going to turn down the heat and just let it, all the flavours really seep through, and leave it simmering for 10 minutes or so, checking it and stirring it every now and then. The chili has been cooking for about 45 minutes on a really low heat. All the flavours have infused through the mince, tasting and looking really good. So I will now just let that cool down with the lid off, and then I shall pot it up. The chili made 6 little pots. I have those if it's getting a bit late and I don't want to have too much to eat before the end of the day. I do like to do intermittent fasting as well, so I try to finish eating by about 3 o'clock, depending what time I started eating in the morning. So there's 6 little pots there, they're going to go in the freezer, and then 11 proper meal size pots there. Now you might not think that's a proper meal size. My children certainly don't. My daughter says, "Mum, you can't count that as a meal," but I can, because these pots are deceivingly bigger than you think. And also doing the keto means that I'm actually trying to keep my weight in check and in balance, and hopefully lose a little bit as well, because I could do with losing about 6 or 7 pounds at the moment. So I'll have maybe 3 of pots this size a day, not the same food, obviously. And if I'm really hungry near the end of the day and know that I might overeat, that is a bit of a thing sometimes, then I'll have just a little pot to tide me over until I go to bed. But I do not like eating after 5 p.m.